Hey first grade, welcome to day 2 of To the Top. Today what we're going to be doing is looking at a little bit of phonics work with our nonsense words. You're going to have to sound those out. We're also going to look at the characters, and then that's going to connect to what the message of the story might have been. So, those are the 3 things we'll focus on today. It's time to do some nonsense words. Here's what we're going to do for this next part. I want you to take a look at these words, and when you see these words, I want you to sound out each sound. It may look similar to a real word, but there are going to be words that are not real words. And you'll know they're not real words because you'll be like, what? I just said the word, but it didn't make sense. So you can still sound it out, and your parent can check to see if you've sounded it out right. Okay, you ready? Here we go. Now, I want you to take a look at these real words, and you're going to use what you've already learned to sound out these words that are actually real. When you hear them, they should make sense to you, and you should go, that's a real word. I can figure that one out. Ready? Give it a go from the list below. Finally, the last words are going to be sight words. They're words that you just have to know by looking at them, because they don't follow a good pattern. We just need to know them, like the word have, or the, or to, and they just don't work. They're ridiculous, but we still need to learn them. Ask your parents. Hey Mom, do I still need to learn that? What was the answer? The answer was yes. Yes, you do. So, look at the list below, and these words you should know straight away like that. If you don't, then you're going to have to practice them. They're not decodable words. Now we're going to try something new, which is cut up sentences. So, when you do cut up sentences, I want you to think about the letters that you see and how they would make sense in order. You need to watch really carefully for things like uppercase letters and other things like where the period would go. You also need to think about how a sentence makes sense. So you wouldn't say, I am can. Right. Let's give it a go. You'll see some letters down, or some words down below that are all jumbled up. And what I want you to do is look carefully at those words and see if you can work out what the order might be. I'm going to give you some time. Okay. You should see the words top, to, the, go, I can. What do you think is going to go first? Now you can pause your video, and what I want you to do is see if you can work out what order this would go in. You can get a piece of paper, or you can try it on your computer. Okay, you should have got this. I can go to the top, just like in our story. Remember, sentences start with an uppercase letter, sentences end with the period. Whoosh. The final things that we're going to do is talk about the characters and also talk about the message of the story. So, why the person who wrote this, what they were trying to teach you. First, let's talk about the characters. What's something that you know about the ram? How would you describe him? What would be some words that you would say are true of the ram's attitude? What about the ant? What are some things that are true about the ant's attitude? At least in the book. If we were talking about the ram, we might say that he was proud. We also might say that he thought he was better than the ant. When we think about the ant, we might think of him as being wise or clever. So that helps us think about what the message of the story might be. And I want you to think, I wonder what the author was trying to teach me. I'm not even going to tell you the answer to that because I think that needs to be decided for yourself. What I'd like you to do is I'd like you to tell me in writing what you think the message of this story was supposed to be. It can be maybe just one sentence, something like this. I think the author was trying to say. Okay, it's time to turn to your app, and you can now read To the Top by yourself using those skills that we've just talked about. Have a great read!